Hello, Mario! 2018 Engineering Maths Tutorial 01. Hello, welcome. Well, this is my details. I'll be your tutor in the civil tutorial for 2018. Is my name. Most people call me Maurieos. My email address and my cell phone number. I'm available pretty much 24/7. If you wish to call, I will answer the phone if I can. If I can't, I won't. It's fairly simple. Leave a message or a text or arrange a time to meet and we'll sort things out. Don't be shy. Okay. And now, moving right along. Okay. In this tutorial, this is my plan. We will start and sign the register. Log into Moodle if we can. Always handy to have Moodle available. You can log into Moodle on your phone or your device. You'll bring your own device. Or if you're in a room where there are computers, you can log into the computer. So we will do some introductions of names and details. And then we'll do an intro to the course, which will include the weekly workshops, the weekly quiz, and an intro to the course Moodle site, where we will find the weekly worksheet and do some work on that. As we get to the end of the tutorial, we'll start to look at what to do before next week. Now your lecture is at the end of the tutorial, so we'll finish up around about 30 minutes before the lecture, which will give you time to have a bit of a break, have a drink of water and a look around the campus, and then head over to the lecture, refreshed and ready for some information there. Good. Okay, so on completion of this tutorial, you should have been introduced to the course, located the weekly workshops, been informed about the weekly quiz, seen the course Moodle site, and started work on worksheet number 1, heard about the diagnostic test and started maybe prepping for that, and determined what to do before next week. Some of the information that is given here in the learning outcomes will be repeated in the lecture, but as you will have been well prepared, this will give you the opportunity to ask questions and to really nail down the detail about some of these things. So that's your opportunity. Okay, so just a little word about the graduate profile. As has been explained during the induction process, all students must conform to the graduate profile before we, as an organisation, WinTech, can say that they have achieved the diploma, the National Diploma of Engineering. These graduate attributes have been determined by industry as the attributes that they want. So they include such things as lifelong learning, problem analysis, design and development of solutions, investigations, your role in society, ethics, and all of these things that you see in front of you, and will be available by clicking on this PowerPoint for future reference. So it's all detailed here. So in this case here, I just want to alert yourself once again to the graduate profile and the importance that it has. Remembering that we all have a responsibility of collecting the evidence that suggests that you are this person at the end of your course. So this will involve working in teams, doing some project management, communication, perhaps being involved in presentations, team presentations and individuals. So become aware of these 12 attributes and be always looking out for ways to collect evidence that suggests that you are that person, that you are involved and have been involved in situations where these attributes are required. This is very important. Now, let's go and have a look at Moodle. First of all, Moodle is an, that's not good. I'll come back to here, Moodle there, slideshow. From current slide, yes, there like so, drop that down there, and there we are, and now I'm going to move myself up to here. Okay, Moodle is an acronym that stands for Modular Object Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. Moodle is free and open source learning management system written in PHP and distributed under the GNU General Public License. Developed for pedagogical principles, Moodle is used for blended learning, distance education, flipped classroom and other e-learning projects in schools, universities, workplaces and other sectors. With customizable management features, it is used to create private websites with online courses for educators and trainers to achieve learning goals. Moodle allows for extending and tailoring learning environments using community-sourced plugins. Okay, so let's get rid of this PowerPoint here, and here we are in Google. Now, we can go to our My Learning or various other areas to get into the Moodle course, but one of the quickest and easiest ways is just to type up in here learning with a G .wintech.ac.nz, and that will get us into the course Moodle site, where you may have to log in here, go to your Wintech login here, complete the login panel, and that will get you into the course eventually. Sometimes it takes longer than others. You can see the little wheel grinding away up in here, so that tells you that it's looking for the site. Here it is. Then you must find the Moodle site that you want. In this case, 2018 Engineering Mathematics. Here it is here. Here's the front page, which reveals this awesome mathematics team here. Now on the front page you will find this how to learn maths, a recommended course that gives you all of the background detail and prepares you for some maths learning. It also reassures you about some of your past experience and how to deal with some of the feelings and things that occur when we start to go along or re-engage with mathematics. So you'll find that very helpful, and it is based on various research and stuff that's gone on. You'll find in here Moodle information, the how will I pass for him and such, and the contact details of your tutors who are seen here, this fine body of manhood, Joseph, team leader Ken, and myself, Maurieio, the engineering maths team, and our contact details and when we're available. Down in here you will see the what we refer to the Pearson or My Math Global contact. Now Ken is definitely the expert here. He wrote the book about this. He definitely, literally wrote the book. And so if you're having any trouble in this area, Ken is the man to contact, either by email or during his office hours out here at Rotokauri. Be aware that Ken works in the city campus some days, so he's not available at Rotokauri, but you can email him and organise an appointment to meet with him. Also Joseph as well. Joseph has some good connections with Student Learning Services. So if you're looking for additional tutoring, Joseph would be a good first point of call to be able to talk to some of the available things that are available on campus and the people that are available to help you. So that's your My Math Global. So now let's just have a quick look here at assessment. So this is the assessment tab here, and this will tell you all about assessment. So you've got the 10 online assignments through My Math Global, and they're worth 10% total, and there's one due every week approximately. There will be 10 written quizzes, which we'll have a look at a little later on in detail, and 10 written worksheets, and they're worth 5% of the total, and they are related. So number 1 written quiz is comprised of the questions or similar questions from number 1 written worksheet. We'll have a look at that soon. There will be 3 tests, written tests under sort of exam conditions, and indicated here. Test 1 and 2 worth 7.5% each, and test 3 worth 10% each. There will be a written assignment worth 5%, giving you a total internal mark of 10%. Of 50%. Total internal mark of 50%. It is required that you get over 40% in the internal marks, minimum. Then there will be an exam of 50%, worth 50%, which you must get a minimum mark of 40% or 20 out of 50. You must get an overall mark out of the internal and external of 50% to pass the course. More about that a little bit later. Just back here in the home page, you'll notice that there is a course outline available, and it's from the module information folder here. And if you go here, here's the course outline, which details the rules and regulations around the course and a lot of the information there. So you download the folder, click on that there, and it'll come up as a PDF. So there's the folder again with the details, the assessment schedule, learning outcomes, and some rules around attendance and assessments, both internal, as I've indicated there. So that's all there in writing. Right, so we come back to here. Also, you'll find there the formula sheet that you will have available during tests and exams. So be very aware of what is on this formula sheet. This is information that you do not have to learn because it's written on the information sheet. You have to learn how to use it and which is the right one to use, but you do not have to memorize the information. So that's very helpful there. Now, let's get back to where we were on the assessment tab there. Okay, an assessment here. So let's have a look at the weekly worksheets. So these are the weekly worksheets for 2018, and here's a video on how to use the worksheets. They've been compiled from past exam questions, which are available here. So if you pop down to here, you'll find the formula sheet again and the past exam questions in a folder there that you can download. So we've compiled those worksheets from there. And so go back to the worksheets here in this tab here. Write your answers on the worksheets. Use additional paper if necessary. The weekly quiz will have questions similar or parallel to these. If you cannot do the weekly worksheet, chances are the weekly quiz will be a step too far. The completed worksheet is to be handed in with your weekly quiz. No worksheet means half marks for the quiz. So if you haven't done the preparation for the quiz, you only get credit for getting half marks. You must do the preparation, you must have the worksheet done. If you do the work, you reap the reward. Ask for help if you cannot do any of the challenges presented on the worksheets. Your tutors are here to help. The quiz will be graded from 0 to 5 and the worksheet graded from 0 to 5. The sum of the two grades will give you a score out of 10, and then that will be times 10 for 10% of your total mark. This is explained again in the video here. Here are the quizzes here, all laid out for you, and you'll see here grayed out the quiz model answers. These will be available once we've set the quiz. So they're the worksheet model answers. Just working ahead, here's the weekly quizzes. Again, they're grayed out, and then the model answer, or they're the model answers, will be available for you to check your work. So this is giving you plenty of chance to have a go at different challenges and get them right. And it is important that you get them right, because if you can't get them right in these circumstances, you have very little chance of getting them right in the exam. You're not suddenly going to know how to do that. The written assignment information is here. Test and exam information here. Now, the diagnostic test. Tomorrow, a Tuesday, we will be doing the 2018 diagnostic test in the 1 hour lecture testing break that we have on a Tuesday. The diagnostic test questions will be similar or parallel to the ones here. So this will give you an opportunity to revise. The diagnostic test is made up of questions that are the foundation of knowledge for the course. This is what we are assuming that you know. Some of you will know this stuff without any revision. Some will know most of it, but some will have some gaps in their knowledge for various reasons, based on their past experience with mathematics. It is therefore important that if you identify areas or gaps in your knowledge, that you take steps to ensure that you fill those gaps. And this can be done in a variety of ways. I've also provided here, you'll see here below, the diagnostic test with answers from last year, but also videos on how to answer the particular questions. So this is, as I said, this is information that you should know. You have a certain amount of time to get ready for the test. The test results will not be collected or recorded. We will get feedback to you with your results, but they are not part of your course, and they will not be recorded as part of your final mark. So this is an opportunity to just to check out what you know, to find out some areas that need a little bit of polish so that you can move forward in this maths course with confidence. So that's there's the weekly quizzes, the written assignment, test revision, diagnostic test, and some examples of weekly quizzes from last year, which were done on a slightly different basis. The questions will still be relevant, but yeah, so they're there with answers and videos to the questions. All right, so next up, that brings us to the learning. So this is what happens in each week in the 2-hour lecture, and the information that we provide. So it's set up like so, pre-class activities. So once again, these are activities that we expect, and they provide background for you before you come to class. So this is what you can expect at class. This is like your preparation. So when you come to class, we will assume that you have reviewed this information, and that's where we will start our class activities from. We have an expectation that you will be familiar with this material and that you will be able to have already seen it and then be able to engage with us in class with questions and feedback and that sort of thing there. So it's about sort of like preparing for class or for an assessment, but in this case it's just for class so that you're ready to engage at the level that your tutors require. There will be various in-class activities, and this will vary from week to week. I've got here again a PowerPoint for the Moodle Moments, which is a little segment each week where I will take the opportunity to explain what's happening that week, to re-emphasize any aspects of Moodle, and to react to any feedback that we get from students with regards to questions, answers, and problems of that sort. Then there will also be some post-class activity that you will expected to do. So each week we'll post exercises that you can practice at home. And so we'll make this quite clear as to what it is you have to do. In this case here, there's obviously some My Math Global things to be done, and also worksheet number 1 in readiness for quiz number 1. So remember that next week, next Tuesday, you will be expected to bring your completed worksheet number 1, and then you will sit quiz number 1, and that will give you a 1% for a 1% of your total mark, which we will record and get back to you for feedback purposes so that we can help you with your problem areas. Okay, so that's the learning, the tutorials. In this here, I've put in little segments for each tutor to be able to post stuff relevant to their tutorial. Now, as I said earlier, all of the tutors operate slightly different and have slightly different requirements. So from my point of view, I've put in here the PowerPoint that I used for this video, and very soon alongside that I will put the video itself that I am recording right now. And then finally we have the resources tab, which is just additional and background resources. Stu Ideals Workshop is additional information and background mathematical knowledge that I believe could be helpful to some students in filling gaps in their knowledge and to help them with various exercises that they can do. So this will be put in here and updated from time to time, and each Moodle moment during classes or in tutorials are referred to changes and things that go on here. Also a further reference to the How to Learn Maths course that was suggested right at the beginning. So that brings us to a review of the engineering maths. Hopefully I've hit all of the learning outcomes that I said I would in the tutorial. I look forward to catching up with you in the tutorials and working through your problems so that you can have a reasonable chance of passing this paper at the end of the year, at the end of the semester, sorry. So good luck, and please remember that if you encounter a problem, ask for help, sort it out. Don't let it slide. If you can't answer the problem now, there is no way that you will suddenly be able to answer the problem during the exams. Sort out your problems now so that you can move forward to new, bigger and better problems and problem-solving techniques with confidence. Remember, the best way to learn maths is to do maths, and do as much of it as you can. The more you do, the better you will get. Cheers! And see you.